And good evening, and welcome to Ripon High School for boys high school basketball tonight here at the Ripon Gymnasium, known as the Tiger's Den. We're glad to have you here on YouTube.com, youtube.com/Ripon channel. Our boys basketball game tonight has the Ripon Tigers hosting the Kewaskum Indians. We had the girls game last night and the boys game tonight. The Ripon Tigers 2-13 overall, 0-5 in the East Central Conference. Kewaskum Indians, they are 3-8 overall. They are 1-3 in the East Central Conference. And with Marty Ernser, I'm Lynn Krause. And Marty, tonight's one of those nights again where the Ripon Tigers have an opportunity to at least climb out of the cellar of the conference, put a game together, and get a win against this Indians team.
Much like last night.
Yeah.
The Ripon High School girls 0-5 in conference and got their, in a big fashion, got a win last night over the Kewaskum girls. They did it convincingly so in almost every meaningful statistic. Can the boys do it tonight? Can they get their first win? Well, if they do, it's going to go through the door of a guy by the name of Zach Bain, number 23. He's about a 6'7" kid, player of the year last year. He's a senior this year. What his offense provides is basically 47% of the team's scoring. Yeah. That is nuts. If you take the top three scorers, him along with Gambino and Cook, they account for a little over 80% of all the scoring for the Indians. But he's nearly half of the team's points. And when we get to that interview with Coach Bradley, we'll talk a little bit about that. Blake Bradley, Mink, and Polash had really in a losing game, had 18 points against Plymouth last week. So that's big for him. Gives us more firepower. Mink was sick. He was out. They've had some issues with illness on the team. They're full strength tonight, and they'll need Mink. They missed that rebounding last week against Plymouth. That could have been a difference maker. So I'm most interested in seeing how the backcourt pressure by Ripon is what it's going to do. Can it translate into transition points for Ripon? And how can they limit Zach Bain, number 23 for Kewaskum, how can they limit his points?
Well, and Bain is a senior, averaging about 28 points a game.
Yeah.
And then we go to the Ripon side with Bradley, just a freshman, averaging close to 18 points a game. So, in essence, I think we're going to see some good individual scoring here tonight if statistics don't lie.
Right, and it depends how the defense is. How strong are the guards for Kewaskum with the ball when Ripon puts the backcourt pressure on them? And, hey, sometimes teams that press don't like to be pressed. Ripon, as coach, you're going to hear it from Coach Bradley's own lips. Ripon has to be strong with the ball. We said it about the girls last night. It's no different than with the boys. They got to keep that 20 average of turnovers a game, knock that down to below 15. They could get a win.
And let's listen to that interview that Marty did with Coach Bradley. And when that's finished, we'll have the start of tonight's game.
It's the Tiger Den, Ripon JV boys basketball. It's early in the second half right now. I'm Marty Ernser, joining me as usual for all home games this year. First-year head coach Andy Bradley. Welcome, Coach.
Thanks. Good to be back again.
Excellent. Your last game, it was conference game on the road.
Yep.
At Plymouth. I go into the numbers, Coach. You guys shot well. You shot 41%, same as Plymouth from the floor. You outshot them 38 to 28% beyond the three-point mark.
Yep.
Or line. And then, and what I saw with the difference simply was they got 25 more opportunities throwing the ball up at the rim than you guys did, and of those, 11 of them went through.
Yep.
So it was quantity maybe over quality.
Yeah. It was, well, and we were shorthanded, so we had the sickness bug going around, so we were down to about 7 players. So that really hurt. And then we started in our 1-3-1, and we were missing Adam, so our big guy. So rebounding was an issue. So we spotted them a 15-0 lead, which obviously that's hard to come back from.
Yeah, especially on the road.
Yep.
And when I saw that he was, when I was looking at the numbers afterwards, the stats, that his name was not in there because he gives you close to 10 boards a game,
and almost 10 points.
And if they're out rebounding you by about 14 or 15 rebounds, I wrote it down somewhere.
Yep.
There's your difference right there for a much more competitive contest.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
If we had a couple of those missing links, it definitely would have been a different game.
Okay. I was going to save that question for last. Health-wise, give me an update. Are we good to go tonight?
Yes,
we're
full strength. Yep.
Okay.
So we're good there.
Excellent. Hey, tonight we got Kewaskum coming in, back-to-back Kewaskum games. Last night it was the girls' opportunity to bust into the win column in conference play, and they did just that, and they did it in a very dominating fashion. It was really enjoyable to watch. Everything seemed to be going well for them. And sure enough, all the stats seem to back that up. Tonight, it's the boys' turn from Chief Kewaskum, if you will. The Indians coming into town here to take on the Tigers. Talk to me about that. I looked at a lot of things. You guys, statistically, are pretty close.
Yeah, it's if we play our game, it should be a good game. Biggest thing, again, taking care of the basketball and rebounding. I mean, they got the 6'8" kid with Zach, so keeping him off the boards and keeping his touches to a limit, limiting his touches, trying to get the ball out of his hands, and let's not make one of those other guys beat us.
I concur with you. You guys have the advantage, actually. You average about a half dozen more boards than they do, but you also have about 8 or 9 more turnovers per game than they do. So strong with the ball, Andy. How many times did we talk about that for the last umpteen years in your life?
Exactly.
And it's not necessarily the real flashy statistic that people look for, but it's the one that the people that know basketball understand.
Yep.
If you're turning it over, you're losing opportunities to score.
Exactly.
And sometimes you're giving high opportunities for the opposition to take a high percentage shot on those turnovers. So strong with the ball is going to be the message tonight. I'll be keeping track of rebounding and turnovers. The only other question I have then is, what are you going to do with regards to taking on and challenging last year's Player of the Year? His offense, he provides nearly 50%, this gentleman, Zach Bain. He provides 47% of their offense. What do you do? He's going to get his points, but what do you do to try to minimize him, keeping him below his average?
Yeah, so hopefully, like I said, we can double him, get the ball out of his hands. But then another thing is, you don't want another kid who's averaging 10 points to go off for 25. So we kind of got to
pick your poison.
Exactly. So we're going to try and get the ball out of his hands, but then we can't have one of these other guys have a huge night to make up for maybe him not having as good of a night. So,
you're going to go man defense?
We're going to go full court again, and then we're going to see how it happens. If we got to make an adjustment and switch to man, we will, but we're going to start full court pressure and see where it takes us.
All right. I've always felt that you try to make that entry pass a little more tougher than so it's not so easy to get to the big.
Yep.
And, it's interesting. Ripon did that to you guys, 2-3 weeks ago. Relentless pressure throughout the game. It worked for them. They were relentless with it. That's why they're top of the conference. And then you guys, since then, maybe before you were doing it, maybe that Amro game a little bit. And it seems to be your identity. It seems to be maybe because the guys are reacting and not thinking.
Yeah. Yep.
and they're
just playing hard.
They're playing hard. Yep. That's right. So best of luck to you tonight.
You.
I'll let you get to your players.
Sounds good.
And we're looking forward to the call.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Much
My
appreciated.
pleasure. Out in the lobby. I forgot.
All right, and we hope that you enjoyed that interview with the head coach. Thank you, Coach, and thank you, Marty, for doing that. One thing, Marty, we forgot to mention, well, we didn't have a whole lot of time, but it is senior day here at Ripon High School tonight.
Don't you know we're the last to get the information? We're a communication company, but we just, we're always bringing up the rear end. We're the caboose on that. But, yeah, that's cool. We did Parents Weekend for the Watoma game, and now it's senior.
And anyway, Adam Mink is one of the seniors, and also Carter Kissinger. They had some nice little words of encouragement and thank yous. And right now we'll pause for the national anthem. Thank you to Sam Erickson and the Ripon High School Band. As we've mentioned before, Sam does a great job, and the band sounds very, very good.
They do indeed.
You know, it's a pretty good crowd in here for a Friday night. That Kewaskum brought, and there's some students here as well.
Look at the numbers. You can barely make out the numbers.
Oh, boy, I guess.
How is that legal?
3:15, I saw that. 11:10. And now they shut the lights off on us, Marty.
Now those dark numbers are really hard to see.
Well, anyway, the Kewaskum Indians, I can't really tell you right now because the place is dark, but nonetheless,
we'll get to it.
The starters are coming in now.
No biggie.
For the Ripon Tigers. And we'll give you those starters here in just a moment. But a lot of enthusiasm here tonight, Marty, which is a good thing.
Yes, indeed.
So I'm glad to see that. But, again, two well-matched teams, so we'll see what happens.
Wow, I thought this was like a Vegas show.
Yeah, no kidding, right? So anyway, for Kewaskum, they'll be starting number 3. Elias Steinbauer is a junior. Number 10, Jackson Corbin, a sophomore. Number 11, Charlie Gambino, a junior. Number 15, Chase Cook, who is a junior. And 23, Zach Bain, who is a senior. And Bain is the player we told you is averaging about 28 points a game.
Yeah. Look for Landon Daniel to come off the bench, number 0. He leads the team in assist for Kewaskum.
For the Ripon Tigers, they will start Carter Kissinger, the 5'10 senior, Caden Coots, the 6'3 junior, Blake Bradley, the 6'1 freshman, Logan Polash, the 6' junior, and Adam Mink, the 6'6 senior. The tip goes to Kewaskum.
That got tipped on the way up.
And so the Indians will have the ball. Again, they are 3-8 overall, 1-3 in the conference. And we're glad to have you along here on the Ripon Channel.
We'll see how almost a steal, and we got one.
We got a steal there. Caden Coots with it. Brings it up to Polash. Across the timeline now to Coots. Coots will be looking at the top of the circle. Kissinger, Polash once again.
We'll have to watch Adam Mink. He missed due to some illness and see if energy is an issue. Both teams early on with some nerves, each with a turnover.
Looked like Kewaskum was in a man-to-man defense. Polash wanted to pass to Bradley, but Bradley made a cut just as the pass was being made.
Polash coming off of a good offensive performance with 18 points, shooting 57% from the floor, and he was 2 of 4 on threes against Plymouth.
Cross-court pass for the baseline left side. It's a 3, and that is good by Chase Cook.
Good ball rotation before the closeout could get there. He had a good look. Took advantage of it.
So the Indians strike first. The Tigers with the ball. Bradley now going to the top of the circle. Takes a 3. In and out. Mink, the rebound. Strong. Turnaround shot. No good. And it was saved, but to an Indian player.
Good effort.
Good effort by Carter Kissinger. So now, Kewaskum the other way. Going out. Oh, boy, I thought he traveled wide open underneath. Was the player... Zach Bain. Ripon missed him. Tigers the other way, and they tried to get a pass to Mink under the basket by Coots, but it hit his foot, out of bounds, another turnover.
Ripon playing at a fast pace. They almost forgot to put the press on with the dead ball. Another turnover on Ripon.
It's 5-0 early. Ripon does have a little pressure. Looks like a 1-2-2 pressure.
Same they've been doing. That's pretty much their MO now down the stretch here.
But Kewaskum finally breaks it, but there's a man open underneath. The shot was missed, but a foul on the play. The shot by Chase Cook.
And that's what they're doing against that 1-2-2. And once they get the ball over the timeline, you got to sprint back and take away that far corner because that's where he's sneaking in on the baseline.
Yep, 2 plays now. First one with Bain, and now this one with Cook. Cook makes the free throw. His first one, he gets one more.
So you got to get on your high horse once the ball is past you. get back and defend into that zone.
Second one's no good. Hard off the backboard, but a good, strong rebound by Carter Kissinger.
Yep, good athlete, good football player.
So Blake Bradley will have it for Ripon. Mink had posted up.
Another turnover.
The pass wasn't very good. Mink couldn't handle it. And so it is turned over, as Marty mentioned. And Kewaskum just throws a bad pass into the back court. Carter Kissinger hustles it down.
Overlaid
and he missed the layup. He overlaid it.
Yep.
And Kewaskum gets the board and comes back the other way.
Yeah, that's what.
There's a three on the wing left side. No good. Mink the rebound.
No harm. Both teams comfortable running.
Here's Polash now quickly the other way.
Ripon's got to get a good look this time.
Bradley to the baseline right side. Shot up. No good, but he was fouled. And that wasn't a bad look at all as he drew the foul. So the first foul by Kewaskum here tonight goes to number 15, Chase Cook, the junior. And Blake Bradley, averaging about 18 points a game, goes to the free throw line and makes the first one. So the Tigers are on the board. Down now 6-1.
Adam Mink right now, when you look at the typical starters for this Ripon team, will be the only player lost to graduation. There they are with a trap.
And Kewaskum gets the ball over there, the Bain, high left side.
Good job, calm under pressure.
Gambino, the other way, now the corner for a three, 2-2.
They're leaving it open. Does that look familiar last night?
He's 2 for 2, is Chase Cook.
And does it look familiar what we saw last night?
That's exactly what the girls did.
Same spot. Number 3 last night.
Yep. And there's another over and back turnover.
She went 6 for 12 for Kewaskum last night. Their only bright spot for the Indians last night.
So Kewaskum will inbound it. Out on top to Steinbauer. Bounce pass over. Steinbauer gets it back.
Ripon needs a stop and a score. They need something good, positive to happen for them.
1-3-1 zone. Is that what that is, Marty?
I'll have to look at you because they extend it. When they extend it, it distorts it. I have to look at it some more.
Bain misses a three from the left corner.
Might be a 1-3-1. We'll see.
Ripon got the rebound. Here's Polash to the free throw line. Pulls it back out to Bradley.
Be deliberate with the ball, everything you do.
And Bradley going one-on-one, driving to the basket, back to it, turns around, but he will give it out now to Coots.
Yep. You didn't have the shot, get out of there.
And Coots is stopped in front of the bench, goes cross-court to
dribble
Mink.
up.
He made the pass, and Mink took the rest. Down the lane, fouled, and the basket.
Good job for Coots to come to the ball. If he doesn't, that was probably intercepted. And way to attack the rim. We've talked about Mink, I should say. We've talked about Mink. Way to meet Coots' pass. And he's been so good around the rim and about, 8 feet in. He seems to be a pretty nice scorer.
He's a big kid, 6'6".
Gives you about 10 rebounds a game, too. They sorely missed that against Plymouth in that loss to the Panthers.
Yep, he had nice movement, and he makes the free throw. Good job, Adam Mink. So now it's 9-5. Long pass.
There you go.
Mink's long arms knocked the ball out of bounds.
His effort knocked it out of bounds. I'll tell you, way to be awake on that. Heads on a swivel. Ball man.
Because they were headed back to another layup on that weak side. So now Kewaskum gets the inbound and a three.
Three
threes
from the corner. And we'll see how much leather Ripon wants to eat from that corner before they make an adjustment.
This time it's Jackson Corbin, the sophomore.
Too much dribbling.
A lot of activity there underneath the Ripon basket. Goes out of bounds, but the Tigers get the ball.
Yep, way too much dribbling there with the head down.
Ripon will inbound underneath the basket right side.
4 crossed for the Tigers.
Carson Kaiser to Bradley. He misses. Mink the rebound. He's fouled.
By their big guy.
Talk about effort on one end of the court, Marty. On the other end as well for Adam Mink.
Yeah, you don't think they missed him against Plymouth? Ripon actually outshot Plymouth. They both teams shot 41% from the floor. Ripon shot 38% from threes to just 28% for Plymouth. But Plymouth had 25 more attempts from the floor, and 11 of those found their target.
Well, Mink makes the first free throw. He's got a nice soft touch at the line.
Yes, he does. Soft
and there's
hands.
Another one, yeah.
Good
really
hands.
Nice.
He could be a nice role player in Division III.
I agree, yeah, at 6'6". Okay, well, it's a timeout on the floor. Looks like it's 30 seconds. 13 minutes, 29 seconds remaining in the first half. Indians 12, Ripon 7. The Tigers have made 5 free throws here tonight, so they're going to need those. But on the defensive end, they got to stop the threes. 3 of them in that left corner.
Right, and Coach Bradley talked about that. When you talk defensively, when you're playing Kewaskum, who do you got to stop, right? And so that's what they're trying to do, trying to limit his touches and opportunities to get to the rim. The big guy, Zach Bain. But when you do that, you're giving up something else. And right now, you're giving up a really nice, good-looking shot from the corner on threes. They got, is it 4 of them?
They have 3 right now, yeah, but
okay.
they're 3 out of 4 is what they are, yeah. Okay, well, it's the inbounded now to the Indians. They have the ball, and they try to get it underneath, but Mink knocked it away. It's loose, saved by Kaiser.
Nice job.
He gets it to Coots, and Kaiser will bring it up. Takes it all the way to the lane, into the hoop, lays it up. No good, but he drew a foul. Nice play by Carson Kaiser, the 5'9" junior.
Good job of just taking his chest right into the defender.
Absolutely, yeah.
Getting that contact and then
he saw that opening in the lane.
Whistle.
Yeah, he saw the opening in the lane and he took it. And Kaiser makes the first free throw, and as mentioned, Ripon's going to need them all now. They're down 12-8.
Tyler Enright, the coach for Kewaskum.
Second shot's no good. Goes out of bounds, too.
I'm not so sure. I thought it was Ripon's. Let's see. I thought the Kewaskum player had his momentum going towards the bleachers, towards the bench.
Well,
they didn't know.
Yeah, they had no idea. They just guessed.
Right.
But they gave it to the
Kewaskum.
Indians. Yeah.
Well, Ripon is, with their aggressive offense, going to the rim, is getting themselves back into this game, down by 4.
There's Kewaskum going over to the right side into that right corner now. It's Corbin over left. Now Bain, what a nice move to the basket. He attempted a dunk, but he was too far away. And so rebound goes to the Tigers. And so Ripon to Bradley now on the wing. Kaiser makes a move at the line. Goes to Bradley, left corner, drives to the baseline, shot off glass, no good. Gets his
Bradley
own rebound, shot is up.
Count it!
And it's good off the glass.
As he's going down to the ground with the whistle sounding, he stayed with the follow-through. Tough move by the 9th grader.
And he put it up and in. Adam Minkwell.
What they're doing, you watch
by
that.
The bench for a little advice.
As they're trying to take out Bain, Ripon is, Bradley's the scorer. So you watch how tight they're guarding Bradley, and that's why he put the ball on the floor and went to the rim. Now it's a 1-point deficit. Ripon just 1 basket away from taking their first lead.
12-11. So here's Kewaskum. Anthony Coleman just came into the game for the Indians. Here's Bain on the wing right side. Top of the key. Into that corner.
There you go.
No 3 attempt there. Here's Bain again. This time to the right side. And making a move to the basket was Anthony Coleman, and he drew a foul.
Yeah, they're going to get Mink on the reach.
And for Mink, that's his first personal, second team. And Anthony Coleman will get 2 free throws.
Mink's got to stay away from picking up that second one here in the first half.
11:55 remains in the half. And Kewaskum leads 12-11 with 2 free throws coming. First one's good. Now Coleman, he's just a sophomore. for the Indians.
And now is Devin Donovan for the Tigers. He's Mr. Defense. Just put a giant D right on his chest. He gives a different personality to the Tigers when he's on the floor. I love it. And a capable scorer.
And Donovan's just a sophomore as well. So a lot of young players out on the floor for both schools here tonight. All right, here's Kaiser with the ball, going to the right side. Going to dump it off, driving the lane.
Almost a turnover.
Was Tyler Brewer. He's going to get it back for a three, and he hit it. Tyler Brewer for three.
Stepped into that shot with a good look. Knotted up at 14s.
And the Indians the other way. Driving into the basket, but bringing it out. Now there's Coleman. He dumps it off, but it's tipped away by Bradley.
And stolen by Bradley.
And here he comes on the right side. Pulls up,
ball
waiting
screen
for an assist. He gets it out to Kaiser on the left side. And Kaiser will go to Brewer. Bradley fakes a three, drives to the free throw line, pulls up, shot, and it's no good, but he drew a foul.
Bradley doing a good job of understanding who's guarding him. And he's playing over the top. He's got an advantage in height.
The foul by Chase Cook of Kewaskum, second personal, 16.
Ripon's first lead at the 11-minute mark in the first half.
That's Bradley's fourth free throw tonight, as 6 points overall. And the Tigers have their first lead at 15-14. And Bradley makes the next one.
Next week we'll be bringing you more boys action, this time of the non-conference variety, taking on the big boys from Oshkosh West. Tuesday evening.
Here's a drive. Now to the left side, bringing it all the way around. Coleman at the free throw line.
Good defense by Donovan.
Gives it to Steinbauer. Kaiser on him. Right corner.
Why slap at the ball? I said that. How many times did I say that last night? Why do you do that?
And Tyler Brewer gets called for a foul on a reach there. His first, team's third.
If it looks like a foul, it's a foul. And you might even slap the ball clean, and you get the whistle.
Ben Kalmus comes in now. He's just a freshman.
So you're how many feet away from the rim, and you're bailing the guy out with a foul?
Anthony Coleman will inbound the ball to Zach Bain. Bain makes the move. He's in the lane, goes to the left corner for a three. This one's a little long, but rebounded out there by Kewaskum. Goes to Coleman. And
one of the smallest guys on the court.
Yeah,
he's
gets
got
a
it
second
now.
chance.
Yep.
And
turnover.
Making a move to the basket, lost control of the ball, goes to Donovan. And Donovan on the other way, he lost control, but Kewaskum knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, it was an unselfish pass to Donovan, but Donovan basically was running out of real estate by the time he got the ball on an all-out blitz.
So Brewer will inbound it underneath the basket.
Ripon
right side.
Fortunate they got the ball. Hit the safety valve now on top.
Here's Kalmus, Coots, Brewer again. Going to make it to the hoop. Turns around in the lane, lost control of the ball and traveled.
Well, and the thing is, there's no reason to go into a spin move. He had the guy guarding him. He can shoot right over the top.
16-14 Tigers.
Be quick, not in a hurry. They're looking good, though. I mean, they've fought back here. They're not giving up that three-point shot.
Making a move to the basket was Jackson Corbin, who drew a foul. And let's see. Tyler Brewer gets his second personal here the first half.
Right, and that first foul, if you don't do that silly one, you're just sitting with one and you don't have an issue of foul problems.
And Jackson Corbin makes the first free throw.
There is such thing as good fouls, and just the opposite.
Coots and Bradley return for Ripon.
You know, last night, Ripon girls, speaking of fouls, that was another area where they did a really darn good job of not a lot of them.
So Ripon with the ball. Kalmus on the wing left side. Goes into the lane and had it knocked away from behind. but Ripon will retain possession.
When you do that blow by, get that dribble below your knees, and if that guy reaches around, he's going to get your elbow, and you'll get a whistle.
It'll be inbounded by Kalmus.
Keep the dribble low.
And he's looking and gets it in now to Coots.
Go to top.
Baseline right side.
There you go.
Coots to Bradley. Bradley makes a move at the free throw line, backing into the lane. Turnaround shot, short. And, the Kewaskum player overran the rebound, and it was picked up by Kalmus, but his shot is no good. Now a long pass down to the other way, and Bain missed the layup. It gets knocked out of bounds by Ripon.
I thought that would have been a great opportunity to make that pass. He had a teammate on the other end, Ripon, right in the lane, and it was really in an impossible location. That was too easy, huh?
Boy, what a nice
how uneventful. Ripon wasn't ready for that.
Inbound play to Jackson Corbin, and he puts it up and in easily.
Caught him sleeping.
They did. There's a long three by Polash. He's got it. Logan Polash.
He's probably feeling pretty good about his last efforts with 18 points and now a throwaway.
A throwaway indeed. They tried to get it to the left corner, but way over the head
miscommunication.
Of the recipient, Charlie Gambino.
It was miscommunication. He ran a post and he was throwing a
And you don't
corner.
want to do that to the Gambinos too often.
No, not that family.
Exactly. All right. Remember him for football? We did that game?
Yes.
All right, here's Polash to Bradley to make.
Man.
He's underneath the basket.
There
He's
you
going to
go.
go way to the left side with Kissinger. Now it's Coots with it. Polash wanted another one. He's going to drive into the lane, shot, and he drew a foul.
I see a little bit of size. How often do we see where we say in certain matchups Ripon has a size advantage?
Yeah,
and
not often.
We've seen that's right, and we've seen it with Bradley, and we just saw it with Polash. And that's pretty good basketball IQ for Polash and the freshman Bradley to understand that and to attack on those mid-range jump shots. And you don't want to foul the jump shooter.
We see it even less often in football.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All right, here's Bain. Quickly the other way. He stops, trips up. He's in the lane.
Wow.
Good defense by Mink. Bain fights his own rebound. He's underneath the basket, takes it out on top for a three, and it's around and good.
Great. That was a great pass. Great feed.
And Charlie Gambino hits the three. Here's Mink now. He's going to go in the lane, back in, fadeaway jumper, off the rim, no good. Bain the rebound. So here's Kewaskum.
Don't sell out on the jump shot like right there.
What a nice move to the basket.
Here's the deal. They're going to show you the ball and take you off the dribble. Stay down. Just get a hand in their face. You don't, with that little head and shoulder, you don't want to be jumping up off the floor because you saw what happened right there.
Kenneth Grensevich with the move. Very nice move, and he drew the foul by Carter Kissinger. Kissinger's first, team's fifth of the half.
Good pace of the game. Definitely up speed here, upscale here. Both teams really liking the style. They like the style of transition.
Grensevich will get one more. He missed the first.
Quick.
And that one's good. It's 22-20. Kewaskum over Ripon. The inbound to, is that Coots with it? Yes. Now Mink had posted up. He's in the lane, but he lost control of the pass.
It's those types of turnovers you just can't have when you're looking to get a win over a pretty good opponent.
Now another nice move, but they're passing the ball around here. Kewaskum is now driving the lane, but going into the right corner as Bain. Now he posts up, goes up, lays it up and in. Nice move.
Yeah, it's great move. The kid's got good feet, but don't give him the baseline. Make him turn up high, so maybe you get some weak side help.
And he went to the baseline that time and was wide open.
And there was nobody
for a layup.
there, just the rim.
Here's a little shot, and good by Caden Coots.
Good job by Coots. He's very deliberate, very calm under pressure with that getting crowded.
So it's 24-22 Indians. Here's a three, wing left side, no good. Bradley gets the rebound. And here he comes.
Come right back
Polash.
to him.
Coots with it.
That lane's open. Someone should be cutting.
Coots takes it to the basket, and he puts up a tough shot.
That's when they say muscle in the ball. That's what he did. He's a muscle, all right.
He did. A nice job. He's got 4 points and tie game. With it now is Coleman.
Good crowd tonight.
Gambino. Looks like he
bounced off of him.
Yeah. I thought he was a little more hurt than what he was. Here's Polash in the lane. Goes now to Coots.
That's offensive.
And
no
Coots
call.
His defender went down. No call. Shot no good. The rebound, Kissinger. And we have a flopping call. Yeah, flopping warning against Anthony Coleman of Kewaskum. That's why there wasn't a call, apparently.
Well, that's a very nice fake flop. I was impressed.
I thought he got hit pretty hard.
I did too. And so did his coach.
But anyway.
Hey, that term letting them play, they're letting them play.
It applied there, didn't it? Here's Bradley, got the inbound. Baseline right side, no good. Rebound, Bain. Here he goes, coast to coast.
Nice pass.
And now another pass underneath. Basket's good and one.
What nice basketball that is.
Anthony Coleman hit the shot.
What a break. Fast break was outstanding. The big taking it. Bounce pass to the right lane line. And then how he got that pass to the next guy.
Yep.
Wow.
Elias Steinbauer was the person who made that
was
pass
electric.
to Coleman.
Very much electric right there.
The foul on Carter Kissinger, his second personal. Free throw's no good, though, and Kissinger gets the rebound.
Under 6 minutes, Ripon with the ball, trailing by 2.
Here's Coots with it.
Come to the ball, fellas.
And he had it knocked away, but he picks it up. Coleman egging him on just a little bit. And Coots goes across here to Kissinger. Kissinger's on the wing. Here's Bradley with it. Has a screen set up.
Kewaskum doing a good job of putting a little more pressure on the ball, making anything difficult, whether it be a dribble drive or an entry pass.
So here's Bradley. 1-on-1.
It's a 2-3 zone.
Goes to Coots to the basket. Turnaround shot is no good. Bain gets the rebound, and here he comes. Nice pass. Layup, no good. Rebounded by Donovan.
You got numbers if you hurry.
Here's Polash. Bradley, long three, short. Rebound out of there to Gambino.
Talk about transition. Just when I said this is up and down, they took it to another notch as we get a timeout called from Kewaskum on the timeout. Wow. What a competitive contest.
It's a full timeout. And it comes at the 4-minute, 55-second mark of this first half, where it's the Indians 26 and the Tigers 24. And we haven't seen fast-paced action in a while like that.
Not that fast. We've, almost every game we've seen bits and pieces of it. But this whole first half, and they just took it up to another notch, Lynn.
Yeah.
And it's fun for us to watch.
All
I'm hoping is our Patrick and Nyla, our crew, can keep up with the ball, up and down,
Well, we hope that you're enjoying watching and listening here on the Ripon channel tonight with the Ripon Tigers and the Kewaskum Indians.
On Monday, Campbellsport will be taking on Kewaskum at Kewaskum in boys action. And then Tuesday, as I mentioned earlier, Tuesday, January 21st, this coming Tuesday, we're back in here, non-conference, taking on Oshkosh West, the big guys. And then we're going to be back at you on, Thursday of next week and Friday of next week.
Yep.
Got a bunch coming at you.
All right, Kewaskum will inbound it with Ken Grenzevich.
1-on-1.
To Bain in the lane. He goes left hand. He missed and overlaid it. Good defense by Adam Mink.
Yeah, and remember, he's got one foul, and you're under 5 minutes in the first half yet. So far, pretty good with just one foul on Mink.
Kaiser to Donovan. Bradley goes to the free throw line in the lane, lays it up. Good!
He sees who's on him. He's a quick kid, but Bradley can play over the top.
And Blake Bradley puts the score tied again at 26. Here we go with the Indians. Good defense there by Kaiser.
Yeah, Ripon playing a man. Had been in the zone.
Gambino making a move now. Steinbauer.
Good help.
Back to Gambino for three. He's got
nice
it.
shot.
Yeah.
Good help. Just got to, you did everything right. He kicked it out, and Gambino found the bottom of the cylinder.
Here's Blake Bradley now for Ripon into the lane. Shot no good.
Just
short.
a little short.
Rebounded. Here we go quickly the other way with Grensevich.
Good job by Ripon to get back.
Steinbauer is fouled.
Unintentional. Got him into the legs.
Carson Kaiser draws the foul, his first, but the Indians will be in the bonus now. It's a seventh team foul.
Overall, Ripon doing a good job when it comes to fouls, my impressions. As hard as they're playing, the style, that very aggressive zone that they played most of the first half with, now they're manning up, which is always good, too. Make the opposition trying to, have to confirm what they're going up against, make you think a little more.
Elias Steinbauer makes the free throw, his first point of the game. Again, 3 minutes, 43 seconds remain here in the first half.
Good game. Both teams playing well.
And second one is also pure. So here come the Tigers. Logan Polash across the timeline with it.
They'll stay in their 2-3, Kewaskum. Nope.
Polash is going to dip it off to Mink. Shot a little hard. And a reaching foul on the loose ball rebound.
See, not a good foul. You're way in the backcourt, fouling on a reach, and now you could be giving up 2 points because of that.
Yep, that was Ben Kalmus on the foul. And it's going to be Elias Steinbauer with the make that bonus free throw. 1+1 if made. And he made it. He's 3 out of 3 at the free throw line, so they'll get one more.
And he wears number 3.
That he does.
And he was fouled by number 3.
That it was.
And
we roll the dice.
And we have 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Second free throw is also good by Steinbauer.
And now they have 33 points.
Oh, my gosh.
I think I'm done with threes.
I am so buying a lottery ticket.
It's as far as I can take it.
All right, here's Polash, who got the ball from Kalmus. Donovan with it, wing right side. Going to Mink.
Get a good look.
Mink to Polash. Baseline left, no good. Rebound out of there to Steinbauer. Hustling away. Looking to pass.
Good defense by Donovan.
He keeps it. Now Bauer makes a move to the basket. He goes up, lays it up. And Logan Polash fouls him on the shot.
That's a good foul.
You can just see, Marty, that Zach Bain, he wants to stuff one down so hard.
Well, not only that, but if you appreciate his first step for a big, that's what's so impressive. He's got really good, quick feet. And now with his length, that first step, that inseam is a lot longer than your 5'10 guards inseam.
Yeah.
So now that real estate that you've just with one step that you've now made towards the rim. And then, like you said, now combine that with desire, and you got something.
Yeah, he wants his hands on that rim.
Well, he was going for that windmill jam.
Yeah.
He'd been watching some 1970s Dr. J, old video.
Anyway, Bain makes 2 free throws. He has 6 points, averages 28 a night. And it's 35-26, and quickly Kewaskum has gone on a 9-0 run.
Heads up, fellas.
Yeah, Kissinger almost wasn't ready for it. Here's Mink for a 3.
Nah, that's not Mink's game.
Back off the hard off the back of the rim. Again, it's a 9-0 run by Kewaskum.
Ripon's lost their rhythm now. They don't have an offensive rhythm right now.
Oh, good effort by Coots, almost stole it. Now driving to the basket, Gambino lays it up and in.
All right, back to a double-digit lead. That's how the game started for Ripon, trailing.
Here's Blake Bradley over now to Kissinger.
Can they get a rhythm? You don't want to force here one-on-one.
He backs in the lane.
And that's not they're not
And there's a fast break to Coleman, who lays it up and in. And now Ripon's going to need a timeout. because this has been a 13-0 run by Kewaskum.
Well, I'm thinking about the last two shots.
Yeah,
I got my big on top shooting a deep three early.
Yeah.
And then I got my guy that's not really a scorer going one-on-one.
And doing a fadeaway.
On the next possession, shooting a fade.
Which is a tough shot to begin with.
Regardless of who's shooting it.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, guys, let's just start launching and see it's hopefully something good's going to happen. I mean, that's the body language I'm seeing for the team. So good timeout by Coach Bradley. You got to reel them in here and say, hey, guys, listen, let's get back to playing Ripon basketball here.
Yeah, Ripon needs a basket.
You got silly fouls in the backcourt when they're in the bonus.
Yeah.
And that's how you go on a 9-0 run or an 11-0 run.
Well, some of that I guess you can attribute to youth, but on the other hand, it's just smart basketball, really.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. All right. Well, Ripon will inbound. Let's see if the timeout gets them the score. Again, it's a 13-0 run by the Indians. Here's Polash now. Bradley, top of the key three. Hard off the rim, no good. Rebound by Gambino. He gets tripped up. And, he saved the ball.
Yeah.
Unsure how, but there's Coleman underneath the basket for two.
The weird thing is I thought when he slid on his back, people might have been thinking that would have been a travel. I was waiting for the whistle when you're sliding on your back with the ball.
Not with the Gambinos.
No, you don't mess with them.
Here's Polash. Now to Coots.
What are we doing, fellas?
And
he's going to call the push.
The ball is all over the floor.
Yeah, you got to be careful there. That'll be a push on Corbin.
Jackson Corbin's first personal. Ripon is also in the bonus, so at least we'll get to the free throw line.
Kewaskum's done a really good job in their half-court offense. They're mixing man with a little bit of zone at one point it looked like, but they're doing a good job of getting up on their opponents, getting in their grill, and they've really made Ripon real uncomfortable in the half-court offense, creating turnovers. The thing that Ripon has to stay away from, it's that third rail. And that's what's kind of hurting them all season long.
Well, the 15-0 run is finally over as Coots makes the first free throw and also follows it up with another one.
Well, you got a minute 23 seconds to get a stop and a score and try to start chipping away into that deficit.
Try to get it to single digits before halftime.
It sure went south in about 4 minutes of time.
Here's Bain with a nice shot at the free throw line.
And
wow.
Boy, are they feeling good about themselves right now.
They are.
They're pretty much doing what they want to do. They're imposing their will, as they say.
Here's Bradley. Free throw line, little floater, but it's good. Blake Bradley.
Nice.
50 seconds or under now.
Him and Polash are really the scorers on the perimeter, and then you want Menk down low.
Steinbauer for a shot. Good.
Is that pretty? Fake a pass, take the shot from the elbow. Pretty 15-footer.
45-30 with under 30 seconds to go in the half. Here's Bradley for the Tigers. He's way back at half court. Looks like Ripon's going to take the last shot, even being down by 15. He's just dribbling out there. We're at 15. Probably start with 10 or 8. Here we go with 10. Bradley.
Get that screen higher.
Nice little floater around and good.
Well done. Now
with 3 seconds.
They're not going to get a good shot.
Bain, a half-court shot. No good. So that's how we are at the halftime. Ripon scores last, but due to a 15-0 run in that first half, it's Kewaskum 45 and Ripon 32 at halftime. Well, let's check the scoring here as we kind of review this first half, as it was tied at 26. And then a 15-0 run by Kewaskum. All right, Anthony Coleman has 7 points for Kewaskum. Ken Grensevich, 1. Elias Steinbauer has 6. Jackson Corbin has 7. Charlie Gambino has 8. Chase Cook has 7. And Zach Bain has 8 for their total of 45. For the Ripon Tigers, Caden Coots has 6. It's Tyler Brewer with 3. Carson Kaiser, 1. it's Blake Bradley with 13. Logan Polash has 4. Adam Mink has 5 for their total of 32. So, quick thoughts, Marty?
Yeah. Give a couple things. I just mentioned a minute ago. The half-court defense is tightened up for Kewaskum. They're getting up in the players, denial as well as hawking the ball, and that has made Ripon uncomfortable, and they're creating turnovers and converting those Ripon turnovers into points. Well, the other thing is, I think the Ripon players all of a sudden went into this lull that, hey, it was almost like a shoot-around. It's like, hey, let's just see who just going to go down there with the ball. I'm just going to chuck this ball up and see what happens. So they kind of lost their identity there, I think, and so coach took that timeout. I think they're settled down. There's no reason to think that Ripon cannot come back and get into this game. I fully expect them to.
You kind of answered the question, but I just kind of want to get more thought on it. When you mentioned about Kewaskum making Ripon uncomfortable, causing turnovers, and then you went into Ripon then taking bad shots.
Yeah, that's exactly right, yeah, which compounded the issue. Now, and then the foul, and then remember, they got into that bonus over the last 4 minutes of the first half or so, and they went to the line at least twice, maybe 3 times, and they knocked down bonus free throws. So everything came together at one time, and none of it good for Ripon.
Now, Ripon's defense.
Yeah.
Zach Bain, averaging 28, only has 8.
Right. And that's, as Coach Bradley said in pregame, and as any good coach will tell you, you try not to let the best player on the opposing team beat you. You make other people step up on the opposing team to beat you. And they were doing that early on those deep threes from the far corner. They've now shut that down, and now they're playing a more traditional game, Kewaskum, of attacking the rim, hitting mid-range jump shots. But, yeah, they've done a good job against probably the conference leading scorer.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, our halftime score again is Kewaskum 45, Ripon 32. We will take a break here on the Ripon channel here at halftime, and we'll come back with the second half. right, we are back at Ripon High School, the Tigers Den, for Ripon and Ripon and Kewaskum boys basketball. Our score at the half is Kewaskum 45 and Ripon 32. We're glad to have you watching and listening on the Ripon channel, youtube.com/Ripon channel. I'm Lynn Krause, along with Marty Ernser. Marty, one observation that you made as we were kind of watching the half, the Ripon boys weren't in the locker room very long.
No, they weren't. They were out here shooting. Came out just a nice soft walk around, and normally they're not, which, you know, if I had to guess, Coach Bradley said what he had to say. Probably wasn't real pleased with how the bottom fell out in the last 4 minutes. They temporarily have stopped the bleeding with that shot made at the end of the first half. And now they got to come out. They dug themselves a hole. Hopefully they stop digging and are going to have to get back in the game here on the defensive side of things. And then that turnover reared its ugly head, that turnover statistic for Ripon. They got to be able to figure out how to handle the ball in the half court under pressure.
And you said for the Tigers, this game is not over for Ripon.
No, I don't think so.
All right, here's Logan Polash in the lane. His shot is short, no good.
Stop ball.
Gambino the rebound, and he double dribbled.
Yeah, what happened was he was going to hit his teammate on the wing, and then his teammate turned his head, and excuse me, So a break for the Tigers on a self-inflicted turnover by Kewaskum.
So Ripon will get the ball, and will try once again to get the second half scoring and get it done first. Here's Bradley way out on top. Polash wing left into the baseline left. Out on top, Kissinger, Polash, Bradley. To the baseline, little floater, good!
Boys, that turned into a really nice shot for the freshman. He's hit that about at least 3 times, maybe 4 in this game. The running floater.
15 points now.
The teardrop.
Yeah, it really is. Now here's Bain underneath. His shot is up and in. Tough to guard that.
Nice job. He slid down that ball side lane line, and no one picked him up. Defense kind of fell asleep there. Ball watching.
Here's Kissinger with it for Ripon. And he goes to the left side with Coots. Hanging on to it. Looks like man-to-man defense for Kewaskum.
It is.
Bradley taking his time. Got a screen from Mink. But Bradley dribbled it off the opponent's foot, apparently. Because was not an over and back. So here's Polash. Backing it in. Off the glass. No good. And rebounded Bain.
Overlaid it.
Quickly the other way. Bain get us in the middle. Shot up. Oh, too hard. But Kewaskum comes away with a rebound.
Yeah, that was a nice board.
Wide open
Corbin.
3 by Steinbauer to make it.
So this will be critical now for Ripon. They need to get a run of their own.
There's another fadeaway, no good. Mink, the rebound, up and in.
Way to clean it up off the glass, the big fella.
50-36, Kewaskum.
Can they get stops? That's the question. Right now, Kewaskum is picking up where they left off.
Here's Cook to Bain. Free throw line fadeaway. Too hard. Rebound Kissinger. Bradley, right side. Making a move to the basket. Coots tries to go to Polash, but it was knocked away by the left corner.
By the way, down on the other end on that missed shot by Bain, that was really nice defense by Mink, getting a hand in his face.
So inbounding it will be Kissinger. Has to go way out on top to Polash. Polash will go to Kissinger again. Coots with it. Going around into the lane. Goes to the left corner to Kissinger, but knocked away by Steinbauer.
Yeah, you don't want to go airborne on that.
Yeah.
When he came around and curled, I think everybody thought he was going to shoot that and was forced to make a difficult shot.
Here's the inbound to Bradley out on top. Mink at the free throw line. He's going to back in, do a little fadeaway. Tough shot, but he hit it.
Well, that's his game. I mean, that first game of the season with Amro, that's when we got introduced to that move. He's very comfortable shooting that little 6-foot, 7-foot fade.
That's got to make him feel good over Bain. Now Bain again. He went to the baseline, but
Blocked.
Good defense by Mink. Very good defense. Here's Coots with it. Bradley 3. Good!
Got it down, the deficit to single digits here in the first 5 minutes of action here in the second half.
Very important. That's Bradley's first 3 of the game. Now,
nice D, better offense.
Oh, wow, good play.
You talk about running the running the gauntlet and the weave. Good job,
Jackson Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
And Marty, he's a sophomore, so good play. All right, here's Polash. He's going to drive right side, backing into the lane. Goes back out now. Kaiser lays it. Coots lays it up and in.
Nice job by Coots circling around the top from the weak side, and a good find. I think that was Polash that found him.
Now a 3 wing, left side. Oh, he hit it. Chase
nice
Cook.
Shot.
That's his third 3 of the night.
Both teams heating up.
Here's Polash now. He's on the wing, backing it in. Going to Bradley. Bradley got tripped up, but no foul called.
Under control.
Kissinger, Polash 3, no good.
They're going to get a push in the back.
By Kissinger, huh?
Yeah.
I think so. Well, that's his third personal, first team of the half. 55-43, Kewaskum. 13:31 remains in this second half. So here come the Indians. Trying to get it to Bain. He's in the lane. Mink on him. Turn around. No good. But Mink is going to get called for a foul.
They're doing a good job of feeding the beast down low. Ripon's changed their defense here. I think they realize that, if we sit in that zone, maybe we're not going to be able to do what we want to do. So when you man up, it puts a lot more pressure on Mink to have to contend with that scoring machine.
Mink, second personal, second team. Donovan into the game now. Coots goes out. Bain missed his first free throw, gets one more. And that's good. So here we go. That's Brewer into the game now for the Tigers, number 5. Sophomore at 5'11". Mink post up. Oh,
wow! It's those things you just can't do when you're trailing.
What defensive play by Donovan? Right side, he's going to take it to the hoop, and he'll bring it back out to Mink. Mink's in the lane. He had it stolen away. He gets it back, but there's a foul.
Yeah, and going for the loose ball, Corbin grabbed him, and good find by the official. Good catch.
Corbin's second personal, first team.
Little helter-skelter there by Ripon with the ball. I think they're feeling that sense of urgency with just under 13 minutes, trailing by
13 points. Yeah. All right, here's Coots getting it in to Polash. Polash is on the right side. To the baseline, backing it in, double teamed. He's going to try and shoot it up. He does. No good. And the rebound by Gambino.
Yeah, you got to kick that out.
Here's Steinbauer quickly to the basket. Lost control of the ball, and they're saying it's off a Ripon. I don't know, the player, he was out of control. I don't know how the officials could see that, but apparently they did. So it's the Indians inbounding underneath the basket right side. Gambino. Here's a 3, top of the key. No good by Cook. Rebounded Coots. Quickly the other way. Polash. Bradley making a move, backing to the free throw line. Goes to Coots again in the lane. Dipping it off. 3, Brewer. No good. Rebound Donovan. Takes it up to the hoop. No good, and no foul called.
Nope, there was none.
Rebounded by Gambino. Going to the basket there was Steinbauer. Into the corner. Corbin. Left side now to Cook. Losing control of the ball was Steinbauer.
Now can Ripon convert here on the mistake by Kewaskum?
Brewer picked up the loose change. Polash in the lane.
He's been short on his last 3 shots.
Shot is short. Rebounded by Steinbauer.
He has to gather himself a little bit better when he goes up.
So here's Gambino to Corbin, who's in the lane. Going to dump it off, but he was fouled on the drive.
How do they rule that? Because he passed it. He didn't go to the rim. They're going to call that shooting?
Nope, they are not on the drive. So it will be a foul on Tyler Brewer, his third. And it's the third team foul.
Refs have been very consistent. They got a nice rhythm to this game.
Wow, inbound right to Bain. Nobody guarded him. Easy 2.
Now he's sealing off the defender with his backside.
Here's Coots. Brewer to the basket on the lane. Up and in.
Nice take. He wanted the 3. They closed out, and he used the momentum of the defender against him, and nice finish.
Tyler Brewer. Here's Coleman with the ball. Now left side. Making a drive to the free throw line extended.
Nice
shooting
shooting
by Chase Cook. Across the timeline is Kalmus for Ripon.
Cook averages about 10 a game.
Here's Brewer in the lane. Dribble it
off
off his leg. Coleman the other way. Good hustle behind, but Coleman lays it up and in.
Nice job. Good speed dribble.
Now it's 62-45 Kewaskum.
Yeah.
And Ripon's going to have to take a timeout. And that timeout comes with 10 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the second half, 62-45. You have other conference games tonight, Marty?
Hey, tonight you have Waupun. They're off, but they'll be back in action tomorrow, actually, non-conference. They're going to be playing tomorrow afternoon with Grafton. Kettle Moraine Lutheran is at Winneconne tonight. By the way, the girls matched up. They were both 5-0 in conference last night. Kettle Moraine Lutheran at Winneconne, and Kettle Moraine Lutheran took them to the woodshed and absolutely beat them by, I think, close to 30. It was something. The Luring sisters did their job. Also tonight, it's Plymouth at Berlin, other than, of course, Kewaskum here. And then the next games, like I mentioned, Campbellsport is going to be at Kewaskum on Monday. And on Tuesday, Oshkosh West in non-conference action comes to Ripon. Boys, we'll bring you that game, as well as other games coming up next Thursday and Friday. So a lot of high school basketball, both boys and girls. And we can bring a lot of it your direction.
That time of the year. Bradley to inbound to Kalmus. 2 freshmen on the floor for Ripon. Here's Kaiser with it. Goes to the baseline, brings it back to Bradley, who also goes to that left baseline. Out to Kaiser. On that left side, Bradley in the corner. He's going to shoot a long 3. No good. Rebound Coleman for Kewaskum. He dips it off now to Gambino, who stops at the top of the circle for a 3. Hard, no good. Rebounded Kaiser, Ripon the other way.
10 minutes left, halfway through the second half.
Kaiser with a nice feed to Mink. Mink tried to stuff it, and he didn't get up high enough.
Nice feed by Kaiser, and it was challenged, too, on Mink.
But he couldn't get it to go, so it was an exciting play for no points. Gambino, right side. Gambino has it again. Now in the left corner making a move was Cook all the way to the right side. Cook again.
Good distribution. Good quick passing.
Gambino with a nice move to the basket. Had the ball stripped, but he got it back underneath, dipped it back out, and now it's being passed around to the right wing, top of the circle.
Just really good ball movement by Kewaskum.
Here's Coleman making a move to the basket. Wow, good play.
Just that whole sequence by the Indians.
Anthony Coleman, the sophomore, and gosh, he's got 11 points already off the bench. Trying to get a pass to Mink, but we're having a held ball, and that goes to Kewaskum. So basically a turnover as Kewaskum will get the ball back up by 19. And bringing it up is Corbin for the Indians.
Ripon needs, another player or two to step up on the scoring.
Making a move, bringing it back out. There's Gambino. Right corner, open, three, good.
And it's apparent to me that part of that game plan in the second half was, if Bradley wasn't going to be pushing for the rim, it was going to be Polash, and that hasn't worked out for him. And Mink would be the other one you'd want to see.
That's Grensevich who hit that three. Now Kaiser underneath the basket. He did get it out. Now to
Looks
Bradley.
Good. Yeah.
Wing three, good. Blake Bradley. And that's going to have a timeout now on the floor as well. Unsure who called it. And let's see if it's a full or a...
It's Kewaskum.
Kewaskum took it, and it is going to be a full timeout. That full timeout comes with 8 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the second half. With our score, Kewaskum 67 and Ripon 48.
Wow. I'm just going to say, Kewaskum's stronger with the ball. You saw that sequence they just had a moment ago, and that half-court offense. Ripon busting their tail on that man defense, and Kewaskum was always a step ahead of them with great spacing, crisp passing, and then when they knew when to dribble, drive, and attack the rim, it was impressive. So that's an example of what they've been able to do. Bradley pretty much doing most of the scoring for Ripon tonight, and they just need somebody else to do it. Like I said, Polash, who's coming off of a really nice 18-point effort in their last conference game at Plymouth, in the first half started out, knocked down a three, I believe, and hasn't really gotten a lot of offense there. And Mink as well. Mink is another guy that has that capability, double-double, right?
You talk about the scoring. Yeah, Blake Bradley has 21 now for Ripon. Some pressure now for the Tigers.
They're going to go back. This is how they start their game in 1-2-2.
And almost drew a turnover, but Gambino was able to pick it up.
Nice
little bounce pass.
What
here.
A beautiful bounce pass between the two Ripon defenders. Found its way into his teammate's hands. Was that Gambino?
Quinn Dornacker, the freshman.
Digging that.
He
last
made the
name.
basket. Gambino did the pass. Here's Kaiser with a layup attempt. No good. And it's the other way for the Indians. So getting a rest here is Zach Bain, the tall player for Kewaskum. And Kewaskum throwing the ball just around on the outside. They have a post player there, and Dornacker, the freshman. And now making a move to the basket, but going to be bringing it back out. And here's Gambino, a little move, dumps it off to Dornacker, who missed the shot, but drew a foul.
Yeah, they'll get Caden Coots on that little push.
Good little ball movement there by Kewaskum, and they eventually got a shot, but drew a foul.
Yeah, they seem to really have a nice bunch of guards that can handle the ball well.
And that shot is short for the freshman. Polash back in, Tyler Brewer back in for Ripon.
Kewaskum came in tonight with a 1-3 conference record, 3-8 overall, so their wins have been far and few between. Ripon 0-5 in conference, just with 2 wins on the season at 2-13, as that free throw is good as well.
So Dornacker off the bench has 3 here in the second, all in the second half. Here's Polash, Brewer. Tries to go in, backs out, back to Polash again. But right side Coots, Polash gonna have a little pull-up, jumper, no good, short. Gambino the rebound. Quickly out here now to Grensevich. And you can see, Marty, that Kewaskum kind of slowing the game down a little bit, using the clock.
Yeah, and Ripon just hasn't been able to get any type of inside game going whatsoever. Now, Menk is not out there right now.
Here's Grensevich to the basket. Shot no good, but a hustling Dornacker got the rebound for the Indians, and then his pass was knocked away by Ripon. So it'll be Indians' ball. Carter Kissinger back in for Ripon on this senior night. Just 2 seniors for Ripon, Carter Kissinger and Adam Mink. And they were honored before the game. There's a 3, good.
Nice
by
play.
Chase Cook.
Instead of Gambino forcing a shot against a double team under the rim, kicks it out to one of 2 wide open teammates for the 3.
And that Cook, by the way, Marty, he's got 4 threes tonight. Here's Bradley, a shot no good. Tyler Brewer, the rebound, and tried a little reverse, but he was fouled on the shot. So good hustle there by Tyler Brewer, the sophomore.
Yeah, I like Brewer's game. You know, he plays bigger than he is and a real high energy level.
They list him at 5'11". And his first free throw is good. So Brewer, he had 1 3 earlier, so he has 6 points tonight off the bench. And Brewer will get 1 more. And this one is up and also good. So that puts the score, Kewaskum 73, Ripon 50. Oh, a steal by Polash. Good job on the defense.
Yeah, good job of timing that overhead pass.
Bradley, Brewer, Polash for 3, right corner, and it's no good. And fighting for the rebound was Kissinger. Brewer, top of the circle, 3, no good. Kissinger again, the rebound, and he put it up and in.
How's that for desire, huh?
I guess.
That's all desire right there by the senior.
Good job, Carter Kissinger. The other way.
Ripon playing hard.
Riley Keel now into the game for Kewaskum. He's a senior. He has the ball right now. Left corner, faking a 3, but driving. To the right corner 3, Coleman. No good. Dornacker the rebound again.
Yeah, Ripon out hustled there.
Back to Coleman. Out to the left wing, down to the baseline, and he overlaid it. Was Grensevich, but got his own rebound.
Yeah.
Now Coleman for another 3, no good. And the rebound by Keel, but Polash takes it away.
Yeah, Cool got away with a little push on there, but no harm. Ripon got the ball anyway.
Here's Bradley, a little fadeaway. Good! And not a fadeaway, I mean a
teardrop, baseline, runner, floater.
Floater, that's what I wanted to say.
I knew I'd get there eventually.
And he hit it. Nice job, Blake Bradley.
He's hit how many of those floaters tonight?
Yeah.
At least a half dozen.
Yeah. So let's see, the foul.
It's one thing to be a three-point shooter.
Chase Cook.
But what else do you got in your bag of tricks? I mean, right? Because the team can shut down a three-point shooter. So when you come out on that closeout, Blake will take you off the dribble with a spin move fade.
And he hit the
or
free
a baseline floater. And that floater seems to be working for him. Ripping in that 1-2-2. They broke it.
Wow, Coleman wide open for 2.
Went over the top on that.
75-55.
They really don't have a
Kewaskum.
choice. They have to try to force it defensively and create some turnovers if they can.
Here's Polash. Going to back into the lane, but he's going to have to bring it out to Brewer. He lost control of it, but he picked it up. Stolen away, though.
Yeah, he is trying to save it from going out of
2
bounds.
2-on-1, and Grensevich was fouled hard by Ripon's Carter Kissinger.
Good foul. Stops the clock. Has to earn him.
Ken Grensevich, 4 points tonight, 1 free throw, and a made three-pointer.
I think Kewaskum's done a nice job of showcasing their other talent when, like you said, at half, I believe Zach Bain was held to 8 points at the half.
Yeah, at the half. Yeah.
And he averages 20 more than that. And he'll be close to that average, maybe close to 20, but it's all done. But the point is, they showed that they have other players, and Coach Bradley talked about it. You know, you take away the best player, and Kewaskum was up to the challenge of having other players step up and play big.
Bradley 3, left side, no good. Mink rebound, straight up and in. Good job, Adam Mink.
By the big guy. Ripon down 20, 3.5 minutes remaining.
Pressure, Coleman. Nice play, lays it up and in. Riley Keel. And it was a good play to break the press. And now the ball being thrown around, but a foul on
Coleman.
Kewaskum. Yep.
Should be on Coleman.
3 minutes, 19 seconds remaining in the second half.
Nice blend of underclassmen and upperclassmen on the Kewaskum team.
All right. Kissinger will inbound it. And he goes to Polash right side. He drives into the lane. Gets a bounce pass there to Cumber. But it's loose on the floor. Mink goes after it. Cumber eventually ends up with it. Puts it up and in. Eric Cumber, the 6-foot junior. There's Bain, right corner. Going to jump it off for a three. No good. That was David Zilmer. And Kissinger got the rebound. Here's Polash, goes into the lane, fakes, goes back out to Kissinger, who drives into the lane, turn around, fade away, no good. Rebound Coleman. Long pass, stolen by Mink, and he finds Cumber. It's one-on-one. Cumber shot no good. Follow-up Kissinger, and he is fouled on the play. Boy, Kissinger showing some hustle the second half.
Yep, why not? He's a senior. You like to do it in every grade, but.
So that foul is going to be on Anthony Coleman of Kewaskum, third personal, fifth team of the half. And Carter Kissinger, who has 2 points tonight, will get 2 free throws with 2:28 remaining in the second half. And the first one is too hard, no good.
Maybe I'll see Carter in the spring back at Lasonia. He'll have been.
Is he your supervisor?
Graduated.
Hey, is he your supervisor?
No. They have a. There's a rabid raccoon they keep caged during the winter, and then they'll let him go.
Let him out, huh?
My first day back, they'll let him out.
Second one's no good by Carter, unfortunately.
Keeps me on my toes.
Cumber with a three, no good. Kissinger almost had the rebound, but taken away by Grensevich. Now to Bain. And Bain goes underneath. Keel had it, but stolen away by Eric Cumber. And Cumber will get it now to Kaiser. Kaiser to Mink. Mink's going to go to the basket. Lays it up and in. Nice job. Yep.
Good job, too, with that weak side came thinking they'd maybe get a steal or turn him over, and he didn't. Nice job by Mink.
79-61, Indians on top.
Just going to dribble, going to force Ripon to come out.
And Mink will on Bain, so Bain goes to the basket, dumps it off for a three on the side, no good by Zilmer. Rebound Kissinger, Ripon the other way with Kaiser. And we're going to have a substitution timeout. As
he'll get the freshman and the sophomore back in there.
Donovan in and Kalmus in.
So Ripon gave him a really good run in the first half, and then in the last 4 to 5 minutes of that first half, that was when Ripon, they were the first team to get a little crack in their armor.
15-0 run. That really hurt. All right, here's Kaiser in the lane, going to dump it off. Nice. Oh, shot is missed by Donovan. Too bad. It was a nice dump off, and Donovan was open.
He'll work on that during the offseason, Donovan.
Here we go. Keel with it. Left corner. Into that game, that's Oliver Grover. He's just a freshman as well for Kewaskum. Here's Keel. Oh, knocked out of bounds by Cumber. All right.
Here we go.
The inbound comes
last
into
minute
Jackson
of action.
Corbin, Oh, Corbin to Grover for 2 points for the freshman. Here we go with Kaiser. Going to drive to the hoop, going to lay it up, and no good, but he drew a foul with 40 seconds remaining.
Yeah, he split the defenders, got a little bump on the back, and drew the whistle. So down by 20. And it really had the complexion of a game that was going to be very spirited and competitive throughout. And it was just too much good execution by Kewaskum and their half-court offense in particular. And their half-court, I say in particular, their half-court defense towards the end of the first half and throughout the second half, when they went man, it was impressive.
Rebound nicely there by Donovan on the second missed free throw. Here's a long three, short, but rebounded out of there, though, by Anthony Coleman of Kewaskum. So here goes Coleman. Left side corner. 19 seconds. I doubt if Kewaskum will take another shot here.
Well, it depends. If Ripon forces the issue, now they're not.
And they're not going to.
Yeah.
All right. So then we'll have a final score of Kewaskum 81 and Ripon 62. Oh, there's a shot. And he hit it. Oh. Wow, he hit it. David Zilmer.
You know what?
That's a three as well.
You know what? The kid doesn't get a lot of floor time. You know, a lot of people talk about that, how they don't like that. They'll say classless, whatever. You know what? The kid's out there. You know, he doesn't get to play.
Let him shoot.
You know, yeah. I don't. Deal. I really don't. I don't have a problem.
I don't either.
Everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah. Anyway, the final score: the Kewaskum Indians 84 and the Ripon Tigers 62. With the win, Kewaskum goes to 4-8 overall. They go to 2-3 in the East Central Conference. For the Ripon Tigers, now 2-14 overall, and they remain winless in the East Central Conference at 0-6. Scoring for Kewaskum, Ken Grensevich has 6. Anthony Coleman off the bench has 13. Elias Steinbauer, he has 9. Riley Keel has 2. Jackson Corbin with 9. Charlie Gambino 8. Chase Cook with 15. Zach Bain had 13. David Zilmer 3. Oliver Grover 2. Quinn Dornacker 3. The scoring for Kewaskum.
That's a lot of people.
A lot of scoring.
Getting into the scoring column.
For Ripon, who finished with 62 points, Carter Kissinger 2. Caden Coots had 8. Eric Cumber 2. Tyler Brewer with 7. Carson Kaiser 2. Blake Bradley had, 12, 18, 24 points for Blake Bradley. Logan Polash with 4. Adam Mink had 13. And so that's the scoring for Ripon. Final, Kewaskum 84, Ripon 62.
Yeah, it was just too much Kewaskum. They took it to another gear. Ripon didn't have the answer to that, but they're going to get a chance. It's going to be a big mountain to climb in non-conference action with Oshkosh West coming in. We'll do that. We'll bring that game to you, and that will be on Tuesday.
Tuesday night, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, it was a fun night anyway, regardless. Tough loss for the Tigers, but we always have a good time bringing you the game on the Ripon channel.
Yes.
We want to thank Patrick and Nyla for their hard work tonight to make sure that the game gets over the air. We appreciate that. And Marty, have yourself a great weekend. The final again, Kewaskum 84, Ripon 62. For Marty Ernser, I'm Lynn Krause. You have been listening to Ripon Tigers boys basketball on the Ripon channel.
Hooah!